My parents say when I was a kid, I would walk all over the house looking for somebody to play a game with me. And I'm not a kid anymore. I haven't been a kid for a long time, but I still am the same way. I love games. And summer is coming up. And if you are the kind of person that love to have people at your house, or sometimes you do have people over, but you don't know what to do with them, this podcast is for you. And Summer and I, host, is she the cutest thing you ever saw? She's so sweet. Summer wants to be in the podcast. And today we are going to go through my list of my 10 favorite board games or other games that you can play with your friends or large groups of people. It's so tough to find stuff that's good for kids and adults and that a lot of people can play. So every week I have a ton of people come over to the house and we always have a game to play. So these are pretty new games. You're not going to find the good oldies like Scrabble and Monopoly and Life and Candyland, right? We're not going to do those. We're going to do some of the more modern or newer games, the ones I love, and then I'm going to give you my do not touch list. Because there are a couple games that you probably shouldn't buy, especially if you're a Christian and you want to make sure things are clean for everybody. I hope you like these. We're going to link all of them in case you want to get some. And I'm going to tell you how they work, probably in no particular order, but I'm going to tell you why I like the ones I like, okay? Let's start with this one, right? This is Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. That's the literal name of the game. And Taco Cat Goat Cheese, all I can say is watch out for your nails. A lot of people can play at the same time. I think up to 8 people can play. And then you are just dropping your card and saying a word. And sometimes when people get a little bit intense, you can get, scraped or things like that. But it's so much fun. And this game is less than $12. It's such a good game and comes in a tiny package like this. You're going to love this Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. I'll put it right here. Okay. And next on my list, this is one I've only played 2 times so far. I got it last week. And it's called Grab the Mic, right? If you have people who know the 80s, know the 90s, and the 2000s, and know the music, this game is so fun. So let me show you how it works. It's so cool. So there's this mic on the inside. It's kind of like a stress ball mic. Okay, so there's this microphone, and you set the microphone in the middle like this. And then somebody reads a card out loud, like this says together. Go, do it. Together.
Come together.
Right. And so one of your friends grabs the mic, and I would be like, if I grabbed it, I'd be like, we are together again. And you have to sing the lyric with the word. The first person to grab the mic moves along the game board. It is so much fun because everybody grabs the mic, whether they have the song or not. And then you only have 5 seconds to start singing. And then if you get it wrong, you move back on the board. It is a guaranteed good time, especially if you have friends and family that know music or like to sing or, and you can do any kind of song, All right. So that's a great one. Let me introduce you to a game that is so family friendly. And this is Uzzle. So you can play this game with a 4-year-old or with a 40-year-old or older, and everybody loves it. So let me show you. It's so simple. This is so simple. So these are, everybody gets, I think, 5 of these blocks, and they all have like a certain pattern on them. Then somebody picks a random card, and then the first person to arrange the blocks in the order of the random card wins the round and the card. The first person to 5 cards wins. Simple, easy. And you might think you're so good at this, but this is the kind of game that your kid can win and you feel like an idiot. It's so great because they might be better at putting blocks together than you are. And it's Uzzle. This turned out to be, if you like, thinking complicated games, you might not like this so much. But if you want something that the whole family can play, I think up to 4 people can play at a time. So fun. So that's number 3. Next in my list, we have another game that's family friendly, and this is Blurt. I don't know if you guys have any of these games. Like, tell me. I want to know. And maybe on my list, we won't have all of the games that you love, and I would love your suggestions so I could buy them and we can play them too. Blurt is really cool. I've played this with people my age, and I've played this with my nieces and nephews who were 7 and 9 years old at the time. They loved it just as much. So how this game goes is that so there's a game board. It looks like this. And of course, the goal is to get from the start to the finish, right? And so there's a dice in there, there's dice in there. And then there are three sets of clues. And somebody gives the definition of the word. Like this one says, a small stream. And the first person to blurt out, Brooke, you could have done it. Okay, let me give you another one and see if you'll get it. You two get to play it. I'm going to read it, and then you shout out the answer. And we'll see who blurt the answer out first, okay? The place where you live permanently as a member of a family
House.
or a household. Right. So she won. So the first person to blurt out the word, and the more people you have, the more intense and fun this game is. The first person to blurt out the word moves that amount of spaces on the board. The first person to end up at the finish line wins. This is Blurt. And it's not very expensive. Tons of fun, especially when your kids are home for the summer. You'll love this one. The next game, you just need a regular pack of cards. We have played this game no less than 100 times, not even joking. And it's Mafia. And there are so many different variations. Every culture, every country, I think, has some variation of the game Mafia. And this is how the game goes. So try it at your next event, okay? So you have the amount of cards that are equivalent to the amount of people in your game. And then you have one king card in there, one jack, and one queen. The king is the killer or the mafia. The queen is the nurse or the person that saves somebody's life. And the jack is the investigator. So somebody has to be the narrator, and that person will say, okay, the whole village, go to sleep. So everybody closes their eyes. And then the narrator says, will the mafia please wake up? The person with the king card opens their eyes, and the narrator asks, who would you like to kill? And the mafia secretly, of course, points to someone. And then the narrator says, okay, mafia, go back to sleep. He then wakes up the nurse and says, nurse, who would you like to save? And the nurse can point to somebody secretly that they think might need saving. And then he sends them back to sleep. And then finally, he asked, will the investigator please wake up? And the investigator wakes up, and the narrator says, who would you like to investigate? So the person with that jack card can point to anybody they want. And the narrator has to say whether that person is a villager or if that person is mafia. But only like this, of course. So the rest of the team doesn't know. And then everybody goes back to sleep, and the narrator says, okay, everybody wake up. And then he says, last night while you were asleep, unfortunately, Jasmine was slaughtered. And then everybody tries to guess who did it. And then we vote. The person with the most votes gets kicked off the village. If that person was indeed the mafia, the village wins. But if that person is not the mafia, that person must leave the island, leave the village, and then we go back to sleep and keep going until we find the mafia. So fun. You can probably YouTube those rules. So easy to play. Everybody's got a deck of cards. You can get one at the dollar store. Hours and hours of fun. The bigger the group, the more fun it is. No kidding. You want to have like 20 people, then the game could last an hour. And you need some devious people in there. You know, some sneaky people that like to hide things. It's so good. If you are looking for, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're looking for a game to raise your blood pressure, if you can lie really well, and you want a game that causes you all kinds of stress, this is the game for you. This is probably, Chameleon is what it's called, and it is probably one of the best designed or invented games I have ever seen in my life. And I hate it. And it's awesome. And I hate it. And this is why, because everybody gets a card, right? So there's a topic card like this. And the topic card has, it could be any topic, like this one says school. And there's a list of a bunch of words there. Now, everybody that plays the game gets a card like this, which gives you answer codes. One person in the game gets a card that all it says is chameleon. It doesn't have any codes. So the trick of the game, or the aim of the game, is if you are the chameleon, to keep guessing and keep giving clues based on what everybody else is saying without letting them know that you have no idea which of those words is the answer. So for instance, if the word that was picked was pencil, their clue might be, they have to give a one-word clue. So right. And the other person might say lead. And the other person might say eraser. So if you're the chameleon, you kind of get an idea, well, the word must be pencil. So you can say yellow or something like that. It is not as easy as it sounds. It will make you sweat. I guarantee you, it will make you sweat. If you want hypertension, great summer fun, chameleon is the game for you. That was Nadia.
Sorry.
Don't cut that, okay?
Sorry.
Leave.
I thought me passing in front of you meant I wasn't in front of the video.
Leave that in the video. How is you passing in front of me? No.
I think that's behind you, but I
Okay, moving on. That was Nadia. The next one is this one. It's called Ransom Notes. And I must, full disclaimer, it says age 15 and up. Because this game is so cool. It's got a lot of magnets with words on it. So everybody grabs a handful of words and then you make a sentence based on the clue that was given, and the best sentence wins. The problem is a lot of the words there are no cuss words or anything like that in there, but they're very suggestive, some of them, and you can tell it was geared towards adults. So I would suggest, I think you would love it. I recommend it. I just probably don't recommend that children play along with adults, right? You can keep it clean, of course, but sometimes it still does get a little bit curly. So it's called Ransom Notes, and it's a really great game. For instance, if you're having a couples get together or something like that, I think they would love that so much. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one of the reasons why I really felt like this would be so fun is because the way I found these games was I looked it up on YouTube and thought, what do I want to do with my friends, or what do we want to do when everybody gets together, rather than just sitting and chatting. It's so fun when people get all riled up and noisy. I love that kind of atmosphere. And probably the game that people get the noisiest and riled up around here, there are 2 games that we play on our phones. If you don't have them already, I'm sure you do. One is Heads Up. You know that one? And it could get rambunctious in here when we play Heads Up. And the more people, the merrier. If you have not tried it at your birthday parties, gatherings, try it. And the second one is Outburst. You might not know that one, but so much fun. So this is Outburst, and this is how it works. So it says, let's play. And then this is Farrah Fawcett, okay? So if you're the one giving the clues and you get this and it says Farrah Fawcett, you have to try to get people to guess those words before the buzzer goes off. There's a buzzer. So I would be like, okay, hair flipped like this. And, and usually if you have a friend that kind of knows you, they'll get it. And as soon as you get it, you pass the phone to the next person. If the buzzer goes off in your hand, you're out. So intense, so fun, tons of laughs. You'll love that. And I think it's a free download as well. You can buy additional packages and stuff, but it's a free download. Speaking of Outburst, I have the Bible version right here of Outburst, and we love it. It is the same game, except it's in board in a board form instead of a digital form. And it has a little thingy here where you put the card in and reveal the answers like this. Also fun and so good for your Sunday school class or your kids or even the adults in your life group or your church group. Right? So this is Bible Outbursts. And the questions have ranged from simple things like who built the ark to more complicated things. I think it's surprising when I see what kind of stuff my church people don't know. Just kidding. They all know all the things. So how many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 10 because the 2 digital games. So I'm going to just give you a few more extras because I love them. This is Code Names, one of our favorites. If you got people who love mysteries and detective movies, and if you love National Treasure, you're gonna love Code Games. Code Names. I love it. It's like a digital spy game. It's a card game, of course, and you need people to think. I can't really explain it to you because it's kind of involved, but it's basically a bunch of words, and you are only allowed. The only clue you're allowed to give is a number and one word that can join like 3 or 4 very random words or cards together. It is hilarious and it is scary. And there is one card that if your team guesses that card, game over. Everybody's dead. So great. And this is Code Names. If you try this, I want to know what you guys think because I realized I might like it and other people might hate it. It's just a matter of taste. But some of these, everybody's going to love, like this one. Like everybody loves Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. It's just hard to remember the name of the game, but it's so fun. Everybody will love it. The kids love this. My don't buy list is this one. Incoherent is a blockbuster game. It says on the package, the viral game loved by millions. I get why people love it. It's the ones where this is the game where everything's spelled incorrectly. And so you kind of have to pronounce words that are not the actual words and people try to guess what you're saying. That's why it's incoherent. Get it? The reason why I say don't buy this one, it's because there's a category in here in this game that's for adults only, and it is literally X-rated. It is bad. And the words are inappropriate, and some of them are even cuss words, I think. Yeah. So skip this one. I don't know if there's a kid version of this. I didn't have it, and I didn't know that's what I was buying because nothing on it says that the language was questionable. The age that they say it should be, I don't see it either. But it's a game for adults, for sure. And probably not Christian adults either. Okay, I have one more, and it's called the Crack List. And the Crack List is also a fun game. It's a very inexpensive game available on Amazon. In fact, all these games, you can get them on Amazon, and they usually can come in the next day. So if you have a party in the next few days, I hope these suggestions helped you. And before, so this game is sort of like Uno. You have a handful of letter cards, and then there's a category that comes up, and you have to use your letter cards and make a word with that in that category with your letter. And then there are also like reverse cards and skip a turn cards, just like in Uno, but it requires more thinking, and I like it a lot, especially if you like spelling and stuff like that. There are other games that I love to play. I'm a music fanatic. I like songs, so I always force people to play games with songs with me, and it's so simple. My brothers and I used to play this for years as we were kids. So we'd go through a letter of the alphabet, and somebody has to keep coming up with A songs until we run out, or B songs until we run out, and the first person out loses. Or you say a random word. We've done words like, okay, if you said the word river, right? If I say, okay, the word is river, go. There is a river. Right. Right. And everybody was just, you would say, there's a river, and I would go, rolling on the river, right? She said rolling on, and that's what we go until somebody ran out and until there was one winner. It's so fun, especially for road trips. We played on the road all the time. So those are my 13 recommendations for games this summer. Buy one, go and try it out. And you know, you don't really have to spend your money. Some of these are $12 and some of them are $40, but a pack of cards from the dollar store will do it. And sometimes you don't even need that. You download the free app and play on your phone, but do get together with your family and your friends and do things besides watching TV and having everybody scroll on their phones. It's about time, I think, that the world gets back together and we learn how to communicate and how to have fun together in a clean and Christian way. So that's it for the podcast. I want to know what you thought. Give me your thoughts. Recommend some games and I'll try them and I'll tell you what I think about it. And tell me if you try any of these that I suggested and what you thought about it too. And don't ever forget that if God called you, no one can uncall you because you don't need a pulpit. You just need a message. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this podcast. And don't forget all the links to all the games. We put it right down below in the description to make it easy for you to find them. Be sure to go try them out. Go.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Pizza.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Pizza.
Oh, and not 2 in a row. All right, it's his turn.
Taco.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Taco. Ooh.
I don't know who that was.
No, it was all of us. We were
Oh.
together. Go.
Taco.
Taco.
Cat.
What's equal? Okay, leave it out.
Keep going.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Pizza.
Dang it!
Taco.
Cat. Taco.
Cat.
Taco. Ooh.
Oh, dang it! Every time.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
I put my head.
Okay. Not the cat still ready to be laid down.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Oh, pizza.
Taco.
I think it was me. Go.
Taco.
Just take it. Just take it. Just take it.
Oh my gosh.
Taco.
Cat.
Goat.
Cheese.
Pizza.